we've been up since cockcrow this morning, haven't we, Anna? So hunger pangs have kicked in. So we're in the kitchen for an early lunch.
Yes, Andrew Lawlor from Plancha in Monkstown in County Dublin is in the kitchen today. And what are we doing, Andrew?
We're doing a lovely king prawn crostini, which is
Lovely.
pretty much prawns on toast, which is a lovely brunch or lunch item. What I'm doing here is enough for a main course, but it would be enough for 2 people as a starter if you want to do that. But it's such a simple dish, it's actually bonkers. There's very little ingredients. You have some, I'm using fresh prawns.
Yeah.
If you want to use frozen, that's fine. You know, make sure they're good quality and defrost them in the fridge overnight. Don't be running them under taps of water.
So you're not too precious about them being fresh?
Well, if you can, you know, I always say buy the best ingredients you can afford.
Yes, okay.
You know, and you can get very good quality frozen products, you know, but just treat them with respect and make sure, especially with shellfish, if you're defrost them correctly on a tray or on a plate covered in a fridge overnight. Don't be leaving them out or under taps of water or anything like that. It's not very safe.
The ones you're using here today are very impressive looking prawns.
They're delicious fresh prawns I got from my supplier there in Monkstown, Graham, in George's Fish Shop. So he supplied me with some lovely prawns here for today. But
now, as I say, this is quick as, so you'll have it done and dusted in less than 5 minutes. So where do we start at?
Well, start with a very, very hot pan, because what you don't want to do is stew your prawns. You want, you know, once, hopefully, if it goes well, we'll have this cooked within a minute and a half, you know. So I've had this pan out for a while, so it should be good and hot. I'm using a vegetable oil or sunflower oil. Don't use olive oil for cooking at this high temperature because it will burn. It will give a nasty flavour. It also becomes carcinogenic, and it's not really very healthy for you.
So rapeseed oil, sunflower oil.
Rapeseed oil, sunflower oil, anything like that. You know, something that has a high burn temperature. So we'll get in here now, and this should be good and hot. It's been on for 20 minutes, so we'll soon find out. But you just start with your prawns. Don't throw them all out at once. Try and lay them in evenly. And that's a good sound when you hear that sizzle. It means your pan is hot enough. So we'll see how many we can fit in here. Hopefully it's enough for the crew as well, because they're all hungry.
Have you prepped these, by the way, or were they ready to go as you bought them?
I got these, I shelled them and deveined them.
You've done that yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I did that last night, you know, so I got that already. So we'll just get a nice sear on that. It's not too, you don't need to stress too much about searing both sides of it, because, you know, there's a rule of thought. Some people, like if they're cooking scallops and prawns, to just sear one side because it just ruins the flavour, because you want the sweetness of the actual fish to come through rather than a charring or a searing. So what I have here then is a chilli and garlic paste. It's very simple. It's 1 chilli to 2 cloves of garlic. I've obviously made a little bit more. And you puree it up with a little bit of oil. You as fine or as rough as you like. If you like it spicy, leave the seeds in. If you don't like it too hot, take the seeds out. Simple as that, you know. So we'll get that in there. That's about, for this amount, this is 2 portions of 1 main course. That's about a teaspoon that I'm adding there. Okay, so we get that in to get the chilli going. You want to get the oils out there, and it also flavours it. Anyway, I'll crack on. I've just got some simple white wine. This is just a Sauvignon that we use in the restaurant. Always use a nice sweet wine for this, I would use. So we get that in to deglaze. And this is forming the base of your sauce, because what we're going to do is finish it with butter, which the technical term would be monte au beurre, which would be the French term. Basically, we're going to stir our butter into this.
The aromas coming off that are just gorgeous now.
We're literally going to stir. We'll reduce the wine by about half. And then we simply add, I have a herb mixture here that's parsley, tarragon and chives. That's just some nice flavour. It's a herb mix that I use in the restaurant. And
it's nice to add that colour as well, isn't it?
Absolutely, but I always cook with fresh herbs. I always finish with fresh herbs. Just that flavour, it just adds something different to the flavour. You know, especially a little bit of tarragon always works well with fish. So that's ready there, and a little bit of salt.
And is there a season for prawns?
There would be for the Dublin Bay prawns. Usually they run till about September, October, because I think it's something to do with the boats being able to get out to the fishing grounds, you know. I could be wrong on that. I'll have to ask Graham about that one, but I do know it runs to about that.
So between now and then?
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's a good time to make this dish.
So this seems to have gone off. No, here we go. So I'm adding about 50 grams of butter.
We suddenly went from a very healthy meal to
well,
heart-stopping.
You know, you can add as little or as much butter to this as you would like.
You know what? Butter and salt are the two things that'll make any dish taste great.
Absolutely.
And cream as well, of course.
Well, I don't use too much cream myself, but for this dish, the butter is just it just makes it. You know, to be honest, it's a garlic prawn, garlic and chili prawns. You know?
Yeah, you can pare it back if you want to be a little bit healthier.
You could
at home.
at that point you could add just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, which will give it. You'll get a nice flavour to it, and a bit of fat, which will also helps the flavour to it.
Anything in particular with the bread, or is it just straightforward toasted bread?
Well, straightforward. I toasted that in a pan. Crostini just means toasted bread.
Okay.
What they would normally do is toast it in the oven, rub it with garlic
Yep.
when it comes out. I didn't bother doing that because we're putting garlic and chilli on top of it, so there's no need. But I toasted that in the pan just to get some colour on it. It's ready to go.
So looking forward to trying these.
I know.
And then just, something simple to go with it is a lovely salad. I've just got some mixed leaves here. I've got some pea shoots, some chicory, some red chard. Whatever you find, you can buy them mixed.
And what's your dressing?
This is just our house dressing. It's a sherry vinegar vinaigrette. You want something nice and sharp with it to balance out with the richness of the butter, So just...
Okay, let's get tasting.
Okay, very good. We'll just get this onto the plate then. We'll just finish this. And like I said, I'm putting this on one plate. You could divide this between 2 plates.
Sure.
And it will be a lovely starter.
Nice big plate always works as well,
It
doesn't
does,
it?
doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't make the food look too crowded, yeah.
It gives you space to eat.
I'm so happy Tommy
Yes.
isn't here this morning. It's hard to get a bite of the food when Tommy's around. The head goes
And
in
he
over the
shows
plate.
no
The
signs
arm
of
goes
it.
around,
Where
yeah.
does it all go?
No, yeah.
But these are ready now, and you can see how fast and simple that was. The butter has amalgamated with the juices, and you formed an actual sauce there.
Brilliant.
So now
You're going to stay with us?
I am indeed, and we will be cooking some
man,
chicken and
that looks
chorizo
amazing.
paella later, and that's
Lovely.
it.
Paella.
Paella. No, I'm
Look
gonna
forward
grab
to
anything.
that.